Hi there, welcome to Aruba. Today we're going to take you on a bit of a tour of some different beaches in Aruba, from the most popular ones such as Palm Beach to the very isolated ones such as Boca Prince and Grapefield Beach. There's something for everyone in this video, whether you're a swimmer, a snorkeler, just like lying on the beach, checking out wild coastlines, or looking for turtles. There's something here for everyone. Before we go any further, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really helps me out if you do that. Thank you. We're going to be visiting the beaches from north to south, and we'll provide maps along the way. The first beach we're going to visit is Arashi. Arashi Beach is located at the far northern end of Aruba, up near the California Lighthouse. There are two different areas to the beach, and each attracts a slightly different following. It should be noted that the beaches sort of blend into each other, so we're including them both in this first beach review. Most of this footage is from North Arashi Beach though. As you can see, the beach here is very sandy. There are some pebbles, but you don't really need water shoes or anything like that. The beach here slopes very gently as you go further out, and so it's relatively safe for children to swim here. The main area near the beach shack is a little steeper and sometimes has currents and dumping waves, so may not be as suitable for small children in some weather conditions. Of course, the main Arashi beach has the beach shack where you can get food and drink, the bus stops there, and so many more facilities than North Arashi. Again, they're connected, so you're not making a choice between one of the two. It's just when you get there, depending on your situation, you might prefer North Arashi or the main Arashi beach. The other popular activity here is kite surfing, or wind sailing, or windsurfing, or all three. These kite surfers leave from further south and come up to Arashi because it's such a nice long stretch of open water. They never really get in close to the swimmers. There's no danger or anything like that, but you can see they have some really nice aerobatics. Please do remember that Arashi is a very popular beach, so if you're driving, make sure you get here in plenty of time, and if you're catching the bus, it may get a little crowded. Next up is a local favourite, which is Boca Catalina. It's a tiny little beach, and it's a little further south from Arashi. This beach is one of our favourites. It's easy to get into and out of, as long as we can find parking. Then it's a great place to stop off and do a little snorkeling. Because it's not so popular, the water is much clearer here, which makes it great for snorkeling. As you can see, it's just nestled into the suburbs here in the Nord district. These multi-million-dollar houses just front onto the beach, and you can see that the water quality is just great. And the bottom is a mixture of rocks and plant life and sand, so you get a real variety of different marine life here. We see turtles and schools of fish and lots of interesting marine life. You should note that there are no facilities here, so bring your own gear, your own snorkeling gear. There's nowhere to wash your feet, anything like that. So maybe that's why no one comes here, but if you come prepared, this is just one of our favourite places. So the area around here, along with TresTrappy a little further south, the TresTrappy or TresTrappy, I'm not sure. But these areas are popular with tour groups, so just be aware of that. They come in quite close to the shore because of the excellent marine life here. The wreck of the Antilles is just offshore here, so if you're a strong swimmer you could get out there, but most people choose to go on an organised tour. Snuba is a very popular activity here as well, so you can do that if you're not a confident diver. So it's sort of impossible not to have fun here, whether you go on a organised snuba trip, a Jolly Roger, I think they're called, cruise, where just drinking and jumping in the ocean, or just lazing about and snorkeling. This is always a lot of fun around this area. Now this is not a tropical reef or anything. It's just beach snorkeling, so it doesn't compare to the Great Barrier Reef or Cozumel or a blue hole somewhere. But just for sheer low-key snorkeling fun, this is really great. Oh, and this guy, he's always hanging around here. He's harmless and just you see him diving for fish all the time. So again, for Boca Catalina and TresTrappy, there are no facilities. You have to pretty well look after yourself and take care of all the washing off, etc. There is parking here. It's limited, but never too crowded apart from the weekend. Okay, our next place is just a little bit south, TresTrappy, or TresTrappy. I'm not sure whether Tres means 3 steps or not, but it's very similar to Boca Catalina, except access is very difficult. There's parking, but getting into the ocean can be challenging. Your basic choices are jump off the rocks or go down the slippery steps. Either way, make sure you plan your exit before you get into the water. It really is a tricky entrance to get in here, but it's well worth it. You quite often see turtles here grazing on the seagrass. and lots of other shoals of fish. So swimming with the turtles up here at TresTrappy, shore beats hanging around the pool. Yeah, it's a little hard to get into the water here, but it's once you are, it's nice and calm and clear, and you can see for miles underwater. I'm not sure what this thing is. I've seen people using it with and without the sail. If you know, just pop it in the comments if you could. It looks like a lot of fun. So here's a good view of the steps you need to get in and out from TresTrappy. They're a little steep, a little slippery with weeds, so you just need to be extra careful. And those waves, they got quite a punch. Okay, now to one of the big tourist beaches, Palm Beach.
Here we are in Aruba, Palm Beach, Aruba. So July 2023, and we're enjoying the tropical beach and one of the best beaches in the world, Palm Beach, Aruba.
This place comes as a bit of a shock after the two quiet beaches we've been to. Anyway, everyone knows Palm Beach. It's the beach immediately in front of the main resorts, and it's probably the first beach you'll visit after you land. There's activities galore and it's crowded and it's fun. And if that's your thing, this place won't disappoint. The beach is flat and long, and it's great to just walk along or swim in the gentle waves. There is a lot of boat traffic though, and there are always a lot of people in the water. The water quality is not that great because of all the people and the boats stirring it up. But it's warm and it's tropical. So it can't be too bad, right? So Palm Beach is great with all the activities, but this next one is just spectacular. Eagle Beach, reputed to be one of the top 10 beaches in the world, and I wholeheartedly agree. So to get to Eagle Beach, our hotel gave us a free car transfer, which was really nice of them. And I know a lot of people like to stay on Eagle Beach, but we stayed at a cheaper place and got the free transfer. Like most of the beaches in Aruba, it's publicly accessible, and you can just walk through the scrub here to get down to the beach. So as I said, Eagle Beach is on some lists of the world's best beaches, and we agree. It is awesome. I grew up on a beach in Australia that made the top 10 beach list in Australia, so I feel my standards are pretty high. This beach is awesome. There's no other way to put it. We thought at first that was roadworks, but no, that's a turtle nesting site. There's a nice little bar here. I think it's called Coco Locos, and that's the place you want to be on Eagle Beach. It's quite a long beach. So we saved on our transport today, so we're going to spend the money on a palapa. So I think it was about $50 for the whole day, and a couple of gentlemen come out, dig a hole in the sand and set it up, and generally you're at your own devices, but you have a palapa and a couple of lounge chairs for the day. So we're all set up, time to relax. The beach is not crowded, although be aware that when a cruise ship is in, a few thousand people come and join the world's best beach. So just bear that in mind. But most of the time, plenty of space and not too crowded like at Palm Beach. As far as the location on Eagle Beach, this Coco Loco is absolutely the best as well. We've been further north and here's much more pleasant. The water quality here is just amazing, and the sand is powdery white sand. Just absolutely beautiful. beach is great for swimming mostly. We took our masks and snorkels, but it's a white sand beach without any reefs or anything. There are shoals of fish swimming about, and we did see some very active marine life, but I wouldn't say it's great snorkeling. The beach is best for just walking along or swimming in the tropical water. It's a very gentle slope, and you can see it is there is a barrier out there as well. The marine life is pretty active here though, even though there's no reef or anything. There are a lot of shoals of fish. While we were swimming here, just amongst this group, a big school of fish came in amongst us, and luckily there was no bigger fish chasing them, but you can see a lot of pretty decent sized fish here. If you're not used to the ocean, this might just freak you out a bit because they were literally swimming up to our legs, and you can see they're pretty decent size. There was actually a guy fishing off this beach as well. It's pretty funny actually, because a lot of people don't realise that the fish are here. As you can see, a normal sport of playing football in the ocean. Quite unaware that just below there's all these schools of fish. Frankly, I could spend all day at Eagle Beach. It really deserves its reputation. Okay, now for something completely different again. This is the Flamingo Island, where you can hand feed flamingos and chill out on a cabana all day. Flamingo Beach is a private beach on a private island, but you can visit on a day pass from the Renaissance Aruba Beach Resort. It's free if you're staying at the resort though, otherwise you'll need to purchase a day pass if one is available. Numbers are strictly limited. You catch the private motor launch out to the island from the pier inside the Renaissance Hotel. Very cool. Or from the pier near the timeshare side of the resort. There's two different departure points. A quick tip here. If you don't want to get wet, don't sit down at the back of the boat because there's quite a bit of spray from the bow wake. When you arrive on the island, there are two different beaches. To the left is the all ages beach, and to the right is the adults only beach. The flamingos are usually found on the adults only side, although they do go to both sides. You can hand feed them and they are very tame. So a day trip to the Flamingo Island is a really great day out, but just be aware that it's not cheap. If you're staying at the resort, it will be much cheaper, but generally expect resort prices. In addition to what I've shown here, there's the other side with the kiddie beach and restaurant. From here, we're going to go way down south, down past San Nicolas. The first place we're going to visit is very famous. We do a right turn at the Red Anchor to get to Baby Beach, one of the most popular beaches in Aruba. This place is very popular. There's a couple of places to eat here, so you don't need to bring your own refreshments. Not saying it's cheap, but there are definitely facilities and places to eat. The water is like a bathtub, so gentle. You can see from the map that it was pretty much an enclosed bay. So the water temperature in here is probably up around 70 degrees Fahrenheit. There's no swell or even waves above a couple of inches high. But there is an outlet to the sea, and you can feel the cold water currents coming in through that. And where the cold water and the warm water mixes, there are a lot of fish, and you can swim amongst them and check them all out. Again, there's no reef here, it's just colourful tropical fish. They feed on the weeds and the food they find where the cold currents mix with the warm currents. You really feel an appreciable difference as you're swimming around. Do note though that this is a really popular beach, and if you go later in the day, the water is quite turgid, and I don't actually think it's very nice or very pleasant to swim in, because there's just so much silt and stuff in the water. Enough of Baby Beach, now we're going to explore somewhere really wild. So if you turn left at the Red Anchor instead of turning right, you get to the wild coast of Aruba, which is famous for wind kiting, windsurfing, lots of other water sports, and goats, but mostly windsurfing. I'll just say up front that you need your own transport to get out here. The roads are not very good, and you need to check your rental car agreement to make sure you can actually come out here. You don't need a four-wheel drive, but they are gravel roads. So today there's quite a stiff breeze, and these kiters are really taking advantage of it. No one's swimming, even though, it looks cold, but it's 80 degrees. But the wind is very stiff and excellent conditions for wind kites. There's not a lot of people around when you get down this way, so you need to make sure that you're prepared. Even the kite school, it didn't appear to sell any refreshments or anything, so you really need to plan for this trip. But it's well worth it if you like to get off the beaten track. Incidentally, the Aruba jail is just behind us. I'm not showing it, but it dominates over the beach, and nothing to worry about, but it's there. So while I was here, there were just a couple of kite surfers and another guy on the beach taking lessons at the kite school. Pretty sure you'd have to book ahead for the lessons. I don't think you could just wander in. It does seem to be a very professional operation. Not that I can tell, of course, because I'm not a kite surfer, but they seem to have all the best equipment and giving great hands-on instruction. So not a lot down this way. There's the jail, as I mentioned before. There's a lot of goats, and the big wind farm here as well, which provides quite a bit of electricity for the island. From here, we'll be continuing to the north, up the west coast. We'll be passing the wind farm and going into the Arashi National Park. There's a $15 fee to enter the park, but there's a lot of really wild coast up it this way. No swimming, but spectacular scenery. So after driving up the west coast, once you get to the north end of Arashi Park, there's this old restaurant and I think it was a hotel as well. And here you'll find a lovely little cove called Boca Prince. So this place is a small little cove. I was going to say sheltered, but the waves come straight into it. But a little sandy beach with beautiful water and lovely scenery. And you can't swim here because the waves are too high and the undercurrent is too strong. But it's a great place to come and just experience some nature. Access to the cove is via this old stairway. It's sturdy and everything. The top half is cut into the rocks and there's timber frame on the bottom, but everything is safe enough. But it is a little steep, so if you're mobility challenged, you might not be able to get down here. So you can't swim here, you can't snorkel, you can't dive, you can't windsurf, windkite, or anything. But it is a beautiful little beach and well worth a visit. And if you're lucky enough to actually see some turtle nesting, it'll be extra good. It's a beautiful little place and there shouldn't be many people about, so you can really commune with nature. So that's it for our review of some beaches in Aruba. From up north with Boca Catalina and TresTrappy, down to Palm Beach, Eagle Beach, Flamingo Island and its beaches, and down to the ever-popular Baby Beach, and finally into these really remote coastline beaches on the southwest side of the island. Hope you enjoyed this, and please take a minute to subscribe to my YouTube channel and give me a thumbs up. Thank you. I'll leave you with some scenes around the Renaissance shopping mall, which is quite near the cruise terminal, and a really nice place to hang out of an evening.
Are too big. Can I get some comfort, please? I guess I should have been honest. A break to my heart. It's weighing me down, baby. I'm like a river that's overflowed. The sooner you know it, the less do we hurt. Let me speak the truth. I know you don't want to face it. You think it's too late, but I can see past it.
Please remember to subscribe to my channel and hit like if you appreciate my content. It really helps me out. Thanks.